30. What the fuck moments with kids and strangers. According to Reddit. Number 30. I'm not a parent yet, but this happened to me as a kid. I was with my dad on work, and he is a bus driver at the time. No jokes now, please. But I was sitting in the seats opposite side of the driver, so I could get a view as we drove his routes. At one point, an old lady boarded the bus and demanded that I move, as that was her regular seat. Of course, I didn't move, as my dad had told me to sit there while we were driving, and he could keep an eye on me from where I was. The woman got more and more agitated and ended up trying to remove me by pulling my hair. Luckily, before it went totally nuts, country one of the nuts country? Look, I don't want to know where you come from saying shit like this. One of the passengers stood up for me as my dad was busy driving. To this day, I still have a hard time figuring out what was wrong with the old lady. Oh, and I was around 7 years old at the time. Man, some people just need to be on a hashtag called some people. That'd be a subreddit right there. Are some people. Number 30, because one of the posts were deleted, so I have I have scrolled down accordingly. My mother-in-law gave my 3-month-old daughter, who had only ever had breast milk, both eggnog and sips of red wine. 3 months old. The baby eventually puked on my mother-in-law's face, which made me very happy. This was just the tip of the mother-in-law has no boundaries iceberg. I've said it before and I'll say it again. If y'all marrying hoes, men or female, that you can have around a parent-in-law that makes a fuck up of this caliber more than one time without you basically establishing, hey, our kid does not need to be around your faggoty ass folks. Like, hey, y'all are not on the same level. You need to situate yourself with somebody that you can communicate with and that you guys link up with. You know what I mean? If y'all are broken and maybe the parents are paying the bills or something like that, hey, okay, I guess. But remember whose health you're putting on the line, whose like mental well-being, whose mental state in the long run, something you can't really know. You can't know the long-term effects of some of the shit that some of these people do to these kids. So, man, make damn sure it's worth it. Because if you with a girl or you're with a guy who you're too scared to establish some boundaries in the way of not allowing the mother-in-law to even be around your kid, if this is the type of shit she gonna pull, what the fuck you mean red wine to a 3-month-old? Red wine. Number 29. Not a parent, but it happened when I was walking out of the grocery store with my mom. Some dude came up to both of us and said, "Your daughter is disgustingly skinny. Are you not feeding her?" My mom's obviously mortified and doesn't even dignify it with a response. I had a really fast metabolism as a kid, so I was a beanpole, but I certainly wasn't malnourished. Hey, look, man, we live in a world where people sticking their nose in all kind of bullshit. It's the type of thing most people think. For some reason, this guy was just the one to run up and say it, apparently.
People used to worry about my 2 brothers and me because we were so skinny. But that was after we were like fat babies. And really skinny.
Fat babies are hilarious, but it's bad for the babies, just like fat doggies.
I was born over 9 pounds. Like, it was huge.
Yeah, here's the deleted entry I was talking about. Number 28. When my oldest was a few months, my cousins came to visit. They asked whether I started giving my daughter ice baths yet.
What?
Now, a bit of background. We are all Russian/Ukrainian immigrants, and popular in Soviet times was the theory of Zakolenia. Or Zakulinia. Yeah, it's probably better. Adjusting the body to cold weather for supposed health reasons. I was subjected to it. I did not enjoy it because I am a mammal who doesn't enjoy torture, nor do I enjoy torturing any small children, much less my own. Okay? Jesus. Anyway, I tell my cousin no, as she launches into a long explanation of how they did ice baths for their son when he was an infant and how he hated it and how it was good for him even though he cried. I am sure the expression I wore on my face can be best described as what the fuck. My cousin's explanation peters out as she points at her husband and yells, "He made me do it." Okay. Number 26. Not a parent, but this happened to me when I was a kid. We were on our annual camping trip and with my cousins at the lake that we go to every year. We were age 11, 10, and 8. While swimming by the shore, an elderly man approaches us and asked if he could take some underwater photos of us. He said he was a photographer and proceeded to show us an album of all these underwater photos he took, all being young girls in bikinis. Well, thankfully my dad and uncle saw the whole thing, stepped in, told him to fucking beat it, and reported him to the park ranger. None of us realized at the time that we were in a potential danger and felt for how our dads treated the man. We felt bad for how the dads treated the man. Looking back on it as an adult, I realized how sinister things could have gone. I remember one night we kept hearing the word sinister like back to back, non-stop, just the phrase sinister. Pretty fucking stupid. Number 25. This happened to me when I was about 3 years old. My mom told me about this like a year ago. Some guy who is down as Dr. House in our village, or he was known as Dr. House, walked up to me in the park and started talking to me in baby talk. You know, goo goo gaga bullshit like this. My mom thought he was just being funny, but he became really angry when he heard that I could actually talk. He lifted me in the air and stumbled away with me in his hands, yelling, "Little liar!" A guy who also was in the park then tackled our beloved doctor and brought me back to my mom. What? Number 24. Where do you even begin with some of this? When my son was about 2, my husband was at the store with him and a lady came up and said, "Your son's hair is gorgeous. Where do you get his highlights done?" Bitch. The husband came home and asked me if people actually get their toddler son's hair colored. Well, yes, but not sane people. Sorry. Number 23. Number 23 now. My parents took me to Disneyland when I was roughly 3 years old. Back then I had blonde hair that was nearly white. I'm not even talking platinum blonde, but near fluorescent white. Apparently, the amount of people who tried to stop and take pictures with me was a bit creepy. A 3-year-old with white hair and people stopping to take pictures? It's just like, I feel like people are just trying to steal some kids. I don't get it. Oh no. Something's happening to the quality of the stream. We'd better get the hell out of here while there's still time. Things are getting kind of scary. Oh my god. They coming for me. Number 22. We were at a Walmart during a serious regional water outage, so it was absolutely swamped with people looking for bottled water. A friend of my mother-in-law was there, unknown to us, and without any warning, came up to us from behind and tried to lift our infant son from my wife's arms. This, of course, sent my wife into a panic, since she thought it was an attempted abduction, using the crowd for cover, and she was still on edge even after recognizing the woman. Neither mother-in-law nor her friend understood why my wife was so upset with the woman. We don't really talk to that woman or her family anymore, and the mother-in-law still thinks that we're too hard on her friend. Bitch, you don't start an interaction with somebody by touching they damn kid. You got me fucked up. In a crowded ass area? My God, you know, if I had license to carry and this was my child, baby, plap, plap. I'm talking plap, plap, motherfucker. You know what I'm talking about? Talking about safety's off, bitch. I'm talking about looks like that's one dead old lady talking about. You better put that on Watch People Die talking about. All right, that's enough. Number 21. I told my mother-in-law to not give my toddler coffee. She proceeded to dip her finger in her coffee and put it in my toddler's mouth. It's a fucking toddler. Do you need more? Do they need more energy? Either way, it's like, what is this? A power trip where this stupid old hoe got to do exactly what you tell him not to do?
My sister's father-in-law did that with his like rum and coke with her baby, and she specifically said no. Or he asked her specifically.
It's like, no, but the problem is these people aren't just old and bored, or maybe they hate their kids in a way where they're trying to get.
Then she said no. Then he did it anyway, right in front of her.
Look, some of the older generation just gets off on trying to fuck people over, and like, I can't wait for the day that they die. You know what I'm talking about? Old generation. Y'all got me fucked up. Y'all are some cruel pieces of evil. And the day that you guys leave the surface of this world, it'll be a weight off people's shoulders. It'll be a nice bit of cool shade, you know, just creeping over us in a way where it feels like, my God, is this the breeze? Is this what breeze feels like? My God, you know what I mean? Speaking of which, to everybody that's in the stream chat, I love you. How you doing? I miss you. Hope you guys are doing well. I hope you guys are having a good day. If you guys are struggling with work or school, just know that, you know, tomorrow you'll be looking back at how irrelevant today was, but tomorrow will suck just as hard. But here's hoping that it sucks a little bit less and that you get what you need to get done. Here's hoping that we don't continue up this list to find a hell of a lot more people trying to abduct kids, because that's not the kind of Chris Hansen list I was looking for. You know what I'm talking about? People were remarking that the stream's getting weird in the chat. If it is inconsistent for you, remember that I am recording this and I will upload it to YouTube shortly hereafter. As we continue up this list, we arrive at number 20. My youth pastor, we're off to a bad start, would apparently say some borderline things. Borderline what things, Nick? Okay. My youth pastor would apparently say some borderline things to my mom and about my sister and I. Unrelated, my mom was getting less into the church every single Sunday routine and sending us to youth group Saturday nights because we were busy with school and sports. One night, the youth pastor drunk dialed my mom and left a message on the answering machine begging her to come back to church because he missed seeing your beautiful, beautiful girls. Then I didn't have to go to church anymore. Yay! Ooh. Oh my God. Why don't you have a seat? What were you coming here to do today? Number 19. When I was a little over a year old, my parents took me to Blockbuster so that they could pick up a couple of movies. Blockbuster? Bad touch. An elderly man approached them and offered to buy me for $10,000. Dude, there's a way to do this, motherfucker. You can't just be walking up to people. Oh my God. I'll give you $10,000 for that.
Just give me the baby.
And they're that's fucking crazy. I'm sorry. It's fucking crazy. That's fucking scary. Just give me the baby. Oh my God. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for the outburst. I'm sorry. I apologize to anybody with headphones on. Man, fuck. I wish I could go back in time and do a noise warning. That is fucking the height of horror. The height of horror. You trying to buy a kid. You just approach somebody. You try to buy that kid. You're not like fucking around at a hospital, talking to, you know, waiting in the hallways, trying to get at people who look like really upset or something. You know what I mean? You're not on the internet. You're just like, well, this is Blockbuster days, huh? Man, the baby trade must have been really hard for the wrong guys. Yeah. Oh my God.
I guess back then, hospitals wouldn't have been as strict as they are now. Like now they have monitors on the babies.
Oh hell yeah! Back then the hospitals were fucking tripping, and the worst part is the nurses were stealing the babies.
Exactly.
Oh my.
Pretty easily back then.
Mama Big Mama Bad say that's a deal for real. That depends, man. $10,000. I feel like that's not enough for a baby. Because the type of person that's buying a baby, you gotta live with that. All right, here's the thing: the type of person that's gonna sell a kid anyway. We can't pretend that we can understand that kind of mindset, my dude. That's a different life, you know. They are sucking, they are living, they are smoking, they are shooting up, they are If they're the type of person where you can think to yourself, they can live with not caring what is going to happen to a baby that someone bought, then they obviously don't have a conscience. They don't have a moral compass, or whatever you want to call it. You know what I mean? They're not aligned the way that you would be thinking on that baby back ass. Oh, I can't sleep at night. I'm thinking about. They're just like, all right, cha-ching, another day, another baby. All right, number 18. Okay. Auntie takes care of my kids one night each weekend so I can take care of so I can take my wife on a date. One time we ended up having a quick dinner, got home while they were all awake. We snuck in, hoping to hide out in the basement and get some bonus alone time. We heard her tell them it was bedtime in 10 minutes, then 5 minutes, then it was bedtime. They proceeded to put themselves to bed. It was what the fuck, because it never works for us. I love that the parents are like, wait, what the fuck? You do this for this lady, but not for mind reading to them or whatever else, but it's never easy. But it worked for her. Then like half an hour later, I thought I heard screaming. The wife mutes the TV and I make it out immediately. It's not screaming, it's moaning. The girl is watching porn in my living room with my kids upstairs. I was totally a what the fuck, but like my wife said, I don't know how I feel. It's not like you don't watch porn on your computer after the kids go to bed. Do you think she's jilling off in your lazy boy? Stop saying jilling off. You pieces of crap. What the Bing fribble. So we just banged in the basement. It seemed like the only thing to do. Moaning. What the hell? Number 17. My niece's grandma is strange. Dr. Strange, I'm sorry. She took my sister and 6-month-old niece through the drive-thru of a Whataburger. It's been a while, man, but I'm never going back to Texas. Ew. And actually bought the baby a chicken nugget meal with a Coke. Okay. It's a baby. Also, she recorded a very eerie video of herself singing my niece's name to her with the flash just inches from her face when she was just a few days old. It's very uncomfortable to watch. My sister refuses to watch it. Now, motherfucker, ain't nothing like old people making some borderline horror movie based shit. I'm talking you give an old person a camera that they can understand and figure out how to use, and they will be out here. They'll record something, and I bet you they could try to stretch it into a Hollywood movie. You ever see like a Twilight Zone episode that's obviously like a one sentence summary that they've spread into this like 30 to 40 minute fucking drama? It's the same thing with movies these days. They're just bad, and then at the end you play the movie from the grandma. You see the camera like too close to the baby's face, and the dilation of the pupils because the light is so bright. And then you hear banging on the door. Give us back our baby. Some bullshit like this. And then you see her sharpening a knife. Some bullshit like this. Oh my God.
Say goodbye to mommy. She's next. Is the water getting hot? I'm just...
And then she was bathing the baby, but then it pans back and it's a pot on a stove. This is not cliche. Number 16, my daughter is my biological daughter. Okay. We are American. She was born in Atlanta, Georgia. She's now an adult. However, she and I have been asked her entire life if she is adopted. Complete strangers, when they see her in person or in a photograph, will always ask where she's from. They never believe us, but oh well. Once she was around 13. We were in the mall, and a female employee approaches us in a store and started making small talk. She then starts asking about my daughter's ethnicity, commenting on how exotic she looks, how beautiful she was. She starts asking if my daughter was a dancer, like a private dancer, like a dancer for money, do what you want me to do. Who's gonna get that? If somebody understands that reference, I'm talking to you watching on YouTube, sitting at work. I see you right now. I know you think this isn't live because you listen to it after the fact, but I know and I see all. Don't allow me to challenge your beliefs. I am the light of the world. I step down into darkness. I will open your eyes so you can see. I'm kidding. Not sure why. My daughter says yes. Then the woman starts asking where she danced and if she has recitals. Can she come watch sometime? She says she wished she had pictures to send back home to show her relatives because she's just so beautiful. I mean, she's just staring at my daughter like she's in a trance. Then she starts touching her face and rest her hands on her shoulder. I grabbed my daughter by the hand and left. Touching my kid crosses the line. What the fuck? Bruh. This is pretty weird. This whole thread. I mean, I expected to be a little weirded out, you know, in a thread of this caliber, but this is just strange. In a gay, gross way. Like, ugh, get away from these people's churn, man. Y'all out here touching the churn. Please don't do it. What's going on with everybody? You guys all right? I feel like you guys are being quiet, but I know you're there. Don't, I know you're there. You better speak, you better, if you're lurking, hit it with a lowercase h, okay? In the stream chat. That's all I'm saying. Number 15. I had just finished up dinner at a dinner party. That says diner, sorry. I just finished up dinner at a diner. Yep. See, I'd try to avoid writing shit like that. If I were writing something, I'd proofread it after. And if I wrote dinner at a diner, you know, I'm trying to be taken seriously on the internet. Don't you know how important that is? You gotta take me seriously on the internet. I'm sorry. I just finished having dinner at a diner with my 3-year-old son. We were in the line to pay and I said, "Stay next to me, Finn," because I named my child after an Adventure Time character. Oh God. Get your dog Jake so we can get out of here. Some older dude Some older dude walking out stops and says, "You shouldn't say his name outside. I could use that later to do stuff." Okay, you just made it weird, old man. I went from 1 to 10 in a millisecond and it got heated. He walked away. Then some 70-plus-year-old tried to pick up my son to console him while his wife yelled at him to stop. I was a little frazzled by the time we got home to the wife. What the fuck? Cause that's two creepy old dudes in one story. The first guy was like, "I could do something with your child's name. Shouldn't be saying that out in public." And then he left. And then the other dude, when the first guy, when the dad of the kid got mad, the kid got picked up by another old man, which is kind of scary. You have to wonder, man. Do kids even need to be pretty to be subject to stealing? Number 14. Okay. One of my ex-husband's aunts was obsessed with my daughter. She was constantly trying to separate my daughter and I so she could be alone with her. Like she'd offer to change or feed her, then take her to a separate room away from me. I can honestly make a list of some of the weird things she's done. Probably one of the worst what the fuck things was when my daughter was 2. She was toddling around being her...
What is this? Some sort of James Gunn list?
Oh, he out here making James Gunn jokes now, man. You know, I'm trying to back off on that because I feel like people came away with the wrong impression with me making those James Gunn jokes. And the bottom line was, you know, even though it is weird and there's a lot of taboo things that you can try to joke about to be edgy and, you know, rustle the feathers of people. If you're out here to rustle people's jimmies, there's a lot of things you can do and say to be edgy. But the bottom line was James Gunn chose fucking little kids and, you know, just little kids sexually charged comments. That's gross, man. I'm not saying he deserved what he got because I like to hold up, you know, Guardians as what he is all about right now. Back then, he was all about screaming for attention. You know what I mean? People are doing that on the internet every day right now. They'll do anything. People ask him to jump and they just beg, "How high, my man? I'll shove my hand in my butt," and all this stuff. People just do anything for attention on the internet. And that's where he was back then. He was nobody. So he was kind of kicking and screaming. But then they fired his corny ass. And then the funny thing is, then lately people out here trying to throw Dan Harmon under the bus, who is one of the important people behind Rick and Morty. And Adult Swim was like, look, bitch, we know who Dan Harmon used to be, and the shit that he does not reflect us here, or what he does with us here. He knows that this isn't a place for that, and that's that. They didn't fire him like Disney did. But, you know, Disney is a business, and Disney try to keep everybody happy, you know, and that Mickey Mouse ass bullshit. Literally, that Mickey Mouse ass bullshit, okay? Look, going back to the story about the aunt trying to take the kid to the other room, probably one of the most what the fuck things that happened was when my daughter was 2. She was toddling around being her normal cute self, and the aunt reaches out and slaps/grabs my daughter's bottom and says, "Such a tight, cute little ass." I started yelling at her. Everyone thinks I'm blowing it out of proportion. That was probably one of the most... Damn, Vanessa. My lord, woman, you really just make my day every day. So I want to thank you again for being wonderful. Jesus, I appreciate you, man. You know, I love you. Thank you for that donation. It seemed like Vanessa just had to flex on your ass just now. I'm just calling it like it is, you know what I mean? It seemed like a pretty random amount, but you know, it was a double, you know what I'm talking about? But again, it's not about a dollar amount. It's not about, it's the thought that counts, not about amount. It's the thought that count. And I appreciate the both of you. And I wish that there was some way that I could, I don't know, lift you up in your days. But again, look forward to what I got coming down the pipes. Not pipes like lower intestine. What you guys do in the privacy of your own bathrooms is none of my business. Number 13, an employee at a Target once told me, told my 6-year-old that based on how she was drinking from a water bottle, she would probably be really popular with boys in high school, maybe even middle school. That's an employee. He goes on to say Target took forever to respond, and it's possible that the employee is still working there. They responded and sent me a $50 gift card that got donated at work. Bro. This has graduated to full creepy at lucky number 13 on this list of 30 what the fuck moments with kids and strangers. That's a true what the fuck moment, all right? Wow. Number 12, it ain't my kid, it's my nephew, all right? I was out with my sister and my nephew, and about 5 years ago, my nephew was around 4 or 5 at the time. We were walking around a local nature reserve on a sunny day. I had gone to the toilet and arranged to meet my sister and nephew by this little secluded pond. Now, the pond has only one way in and out of it, so it's surrounded by overgrown plants, bushes, and grass. My God, motherfucker, set this scene, why don't you? As I was walking backwards the pond, I saw my sister and my nephew walking with this older man, probably around 50 to 60 years old. I caught up, but I kept some distance and listened to their conversation. The old dude was asking my nephew about fishing. Has he ever been fishing? Did he enjoy it? Typical shit like this. But as they arrived at the pond, he positioned himself between my sister and my nephew, with my sister close to the edge of the pond. I just got this really uncomfortable feeling, so I announced my presence by saying, "There you two are. I've been looking all over." The old guy turned around, saw me, and walked away as quickly as possible. He ducked through the bushes out onto a country road. Take me home to the place I belong, West Virginia. I am so sorry. Fallout cannot hit me fast enough. Where he had his car parked and running. He jumped in and sped away, but not before I took a photo of his car and his number and his plate. My man. I'm not usually one to fear people, but this guy had bad intentions, I'm telling you. I honestly believe he was seconds away from pushing my sister in that pond and abducting my nephew. Oh my God. Somebody said, "Did you report it to the police?" Sinsdale said yes, but I never heard anything from him. Man, unless there's a hot young girl for the police to come out and sexually abuse, they ain't gonna hop on nothing. You know what I'm talking about? Zoop, baby. Finger guns. I'm sorry. I hope no cops are listening to this, you know, because I don't hate cops. Nobody hates cops. But we hate the terrible stories that float to the surface. Take it from like a black guy, you know. A lot of times there's like a crazy crime committed. We think to ourselves, please don't let it be a black dude. It's gonna ruin the whole morale that's going on right now. And then it is, and you're like, well, there you go. So, you know, obviously all cops aren't bad, but you know, when some crazy shit does happen with a cop, you know, general consensus among all assholes is going to be that, oh, the cops are bad, blah, blah, blah. When it's really just the bad cops fucking it up for the rest of them. And then worse, a cop's job is unlike any other job in the world where, you know, you really do see the scum of the earth. The only time they're calling you is when there's bad news, motherfucker. It's about as simple as that. So with every damn job, with every damn day that goes by, you're going out and you're getting a little bit more bitter, a little bit more cautious, a little bit more hesitant, a little bit more jumpy. That trigger finger is getting a little bit more tense. What can you do? What can you say? I guess I'm just covering my ass, huh? If there's a cop listening, hey man, I love you. It's a damn shame that people are so crooked, you know? Everybody just needs to be crooked in the way where they want more money. Not crooked in the way where they're abusing people. People killing, people dying. Children hurting, you hear them crying. But on this Kyle list, crying children is only the beginning. Number 11. When my brother was a toddler, before he learned to swim, a stranger pushed him off the dock into 5 feet of water. My dad damn near killed the guy. Holy shit. What you mean damn near? Somebody says when me and my little brother were younger and bathing at the beach, some older kid none of us knew just pushed and held my brother's head underwater while that kid's mother was watching. Mom got my brother the hell away from there. Where, you know, I want a woman on deck that ain't afraid to slap a hoe. You know what I'm talking about? What you mean the mom was just sitting there like, Number 10. I took my 4-year-old and 1-year-old nephew out to the park a couple of months ago. While they were running around chasing each other in the grass, the woman comes out of nowhere, grabs my older nephew, and starts sort of petting his hair. I bolted towards him as soon as I saw her reaching for him, and grabbed him within 5 seconds of her picking him up, then grabbed the younger nephew in case she tried to go for him next. I've never seen this woman before in my life, have no idea why she thought it was okay to grab a stranger's child. Drugs, nigga, drugs. Somebody responds, I was at a park with my then 4-year-old and my ex, and our friend were both there with us. Okay. Friends is what they maybe meant? We were letting them run around, or him run around, but we sort of made a perimeter just in case he fell or got too far away, when all 3 of us immediately noticed a couple following him around the park. Now, it wouldn't have been terribly strange to see other parents sort of keeping an eye on other people's small children, but these weren't parents. They were at least in their 50s and visibly on drugs. Visibly on drugs, 50-year-old people? Now that's a horror movie. Every time my son would move, they would move, and they kept closing the distance a little more each time until eventually they were calling to him, beckoning him to come over to them. The man kept staring over at their van. I can't make this shit up. It was the creepiest windowless van that I've ever seen, and that's when they scooped up the boy and left the park? There wasn't any way I could have proven they were going to steal him, but every single bone in my body, as well as his dad and our friends, pretty much told us to get the hell out of there. We didn't even mention that we were all 3 watching them until we were all back in the car, and almost all of us at the same time we said to each other, did you see those people watching the kid? Bruh. No, they scooped up the kid.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
They scooped up the kid and got the hell out of there. Not like the old people like, got him! And they were like, oh my god,
Let's get out of
there's
here.
no way we can prove that they're gonna take that child. Oh my god.
They watched someone else's kid.
No, that's fucked up.
Well, that's
Did you
done.
see them take somebody's kid? What the fuck?
That's what it's
Number 10 is what I just read. Ain't that a bitch? Number 9, okay. My siblings are twins. When they were very little, maybe 6 months old, we went to Walmart. People are fascinated with twins, so we got random strangers asking us questions about them all the time. One time, Mom and I were fastening them into their car seats, and this little old lady wanted to see how cute they were, so she climbed into our minivan to get a better look. She didn't mean any harm, but still, 7-year-old me was creeped the fuck out. Get the fuck out this car. Who the fuck are you, old lady? What the fuck? Y'all these creepy as hell. Y'all out here trying to steal these babies? Ain't got no damn babies in your life. Get on the internet, old people. Stop being so creepy. Oh, man. I'm Chris Hansen with Dateline NBC. We're doing a show, and you're on it. Here are these cameras. And if there's anything else you'd like to say it now, or you're free to leave. Sorry. Number 8. Apparently, when I was a baby, a woman came up to me on a train and said, hi, and played with me for a second, then took one of my feet and put it in her mouth. I went from 0 to 1,000, baby. Little kid mouth in your, little kid feet in your mouth. Oh, bruh. What the actual fuck? Ooh. Somebody said, yo, are you saying you've never put a random baby's foot in your mouth on a train or some shit? What's wrong with you, motherfucker? Baby feed in your mouth. Baby feed in your mouth. Sorry. It's a scary world we're living in, guys. Number 7, a random man, a total stranger, walked up to my 7-month-old son in Golden Corral and tried to feed him ice cream from his spoon. I put a stop to that real quick. I would love to just be somewhere. This makes me want to have a kid. To see if people... Nah, man. They ain't approaching no damn black kid. They know better. They know better. No, talk about. Excuse me, sir. What the fuck are you doing? I'm just spoon feeding your baby this shit. What is it? Well, who are you? What's your name? I just want to spoon feed your baby now. A 7-month-old son. What are you doing? Oh, God. Guys, my eyebrows can't really raise any higher tonight. I don't know what the hell I'm reading. Alright. I just pray that Vanessa's having a wonderful day. And that Jesus is just as well. And that all of you are feeling like that if you died right now, you wouldn't go to hell, you know? LOL, right? I'm kidding. Number 6. My husband, son, and I just moved to Las Vegas. And we're at a Walmart grabbing a few things that we needed for our new place. My son was 1.5. Okay, what an android from Cyberlife. He caught the... Did you just cheer, Linda? Thank you for being great, and I hope you have a wonderful night because you're special and dear to me, Linda. My husband, son, and I had just moved to Las Vegas and we're at a Walmart grabbing a few things because we needed it for our new place. My son was 1.5 and caught the attention of an older lady who was there with her adult daughter. As we were talking, the daughter, in her 20s, showed up. She heard that we were new in town and said,
Oh, yeah. I'm about to twerk it out for your son real quick. Welcome to Vegas, little man.
and she twerked for my child. I'm about to twerk it out for your son right quickly. Do you know the way? Okay. What the fuck? Her mother and grandmother were clapping and cheering her on. A 1.5-year-old. Bruh. Number 5. I had my 11-day-old out at a restaurant for my sister's birthday. I was wearing her in a wrap. And for you, those of you who don't know what that is, like, some people like to have like a little baby backpack that they wear around their body in the front. So like, imagine a pap schmear. Imagine a knick-knack paddywhack. Give Kyle a bone. You know what I'm talking about? Hi-yo. Hi-yo. Alright, so, baby rap. Crack-a-lack Jack. What happened? Do what?
Nothing.
What?
Nothing. I was just mixing the...
It needs to be mixed?
Yeah, it needed to be stirred. And then put for another 20 minutes.
Listen. Y'all know what a baby rap is, damn it. I was wearing the kid in a baby wrap. A woman came up to me, commented about the baby, and tried to lift her out of the wrap, saying, "It's okay, I work at a school." No, bitch, it isn't okay. Why are people trying to lift somebody else's baby? Are you joking? Breaking into someone's house. It's okay, I'm a housekeeper. You know what I mean? What the fuck? Walks up to you and takes your car keys out of your purse. It's okay, I have a driver's license. That's good stuff. Number 4, man. My aunt took me and my cousin to an antique shop. When I was 9, my cousin was 7. The shop owner kept saying we were pretty as peaches. And the owner kept saying that we were pretty as peaches and ran his thumb over my cousin's mouth. You know. This is getting disgusting. I was so anxious for her, but way too scared to say anything. On my way home, my aunt called us whores. Okay. I don't know what this is. Number 3. Our next door neighbor asked if he could babysit me after telling my mom that he wasn't allowed to be alone with his grandkids. Okay. Well, number 2. When my son was around 8 months old, I was changing him in the bathroom and a woman came out of a stall, strangely surveyed my diaper change practices, then proceeded to tell me how my son has a big penis before leaving without washing her hands. Oh my God. Oh my God. The response to this says, I was changing in the women's locker room at a YMCA once. I had my top off, as you do when you're in a women's locker room, and a woman came in with a boy around 8 or so and gave me the dirtiest look, then covered her kid's eyes and turned him around to march away. Like, what did you expect in here, lady? Wait, how is this something that kind of how is this link up to that? It kind of doesn't. It's like you just wanted to tell that story. This one is disgusting though. Look, as we finish this list, number 1, a grown woman confronted my dinosaur-loving 2-year-old to say that girls can't wear dinosaur clothes because people will think she's a boy. He was a boy. Oh God. A response reads, my aunt's 2 youngest kids both had unusual hair. One was born with pure black hair that grew in from the roots and the brightest blonde I'd ever seen. She is still platinum to this day, 18 years later. People would stop my aunt on the street and literally scream at her about coloring her baby's hair. Her 3rd child was born a couple of years later and had crazy beautiful curls, and she didn't cut them until they were almost chin length, and people would stop to say hello to the baby girl. And when my aunt would correct them, she had several people yell at her to cut her baby's hair because he looked like a little girl. Like, hey, why don't you shut up about your opinions about how babies should look? They're babies. They look like potatoes. Oh boy, if my potato wants to dress in a dinosaur pajama and scream their head off at the barber, that's none of your business. Looks like Butter Slices left a lengthy comment. One time when I was like 6, I was playing outside. My dad was inside asleep. I left the house without telling him, and an older woman approached me and asked me to go with her because she had a kid too. And the woman told me, I have a daughter. You two will get along. I was stupid and had no friends, so I tried to go with her because friendship. Dad ran out of the house when we were halfway down the street. He yelled at her and took me home. I got the spanking of a lifetime. And I bet you never did something so stupid again in your life, homie. You gotta understand, people don't have your best interest out here, but your daddy and your mommy do. Oh boy. Potato face. Potato face. So they've already fixed the SMGs in Fortnite. Didn't matter. I couldn't fucking find the thing. So it wouldn't matter to me. Guys, lucky Pokemon are live. So if you haven't already added me in Pokemon Go, you need to do that. I have a video on YouTube that, you know, puts my information out there. And if you don't want to do it that way, then send me a message on Snapchat. Snapchat CYAEL. Aside from that, I also just started playing Warframe, and if you have blueprints, I want them. Help me be amazing in that game, please. If you play Warframe, hook me up. Give me the blueprints. You know, I love you. Be good to each other. You'll see me soon. Megan says, Kyle, the story reminds me of how sometimes people scream at people using handicap stalls because they had the illusion that the person wasn't handicapped. How crazy is that? What a presumption, you know? What a ridiculous assumption. Some people are just nuts. Some people just looking for, what is delightfully chubby? Oh my God, it's a fat cat fucking subreddit. Ooh. Ooh, it's a fat cat subreddit. Oh, it's a fat animal subreddit. Oh my God. Oh my God. But normally on Reddit you have people commenting about how you know, bad for the animal's health it is. That's a fat cat. Oh no. Bro, okay. Did Linda just say so no gameplay yet again? Sweetie, I actually would, but my stomach's bothering me. So I promise you, before you know it, we'll be streaming again. And it'll be just for you, Linda, because I know most people aren't interested in gaming. But I will hook you up, I do promise you. Hope you're all having a fantastic night and that it only gets better if you continue to stay up. And that your day tomorrow is certainly dope. You deserve no less. So guys, I'm here, and I hope that you don't stress too much. Whoa!
Excuse me, Sir Bebop.
Whoa, Vanessa. Whoa! I mean, what's today? Wednesday? I'll tell you what. Let's watch an episode of Bebop tomorrow night then. And if you're interested, that's fine. And if you're not, you don't have to be. But we'll knock one out via, man, what was the site we used even? I don't remember. I downloaded it on my phone and everything. I don't remember. But we'll figure it out. I love you. I want you guys to have a fantastic night. Stay amazing. Yes, rab.it or something like that. Yes, excellent, excellent, guys. You have brought a bit of what color back to this old man's chest hair. Stay amazing, guys. You'll hear from me soon. Love you. Thank you for being here tonight. You're amazing. And see you guys later. Bye.